work on, having watched some,
Having watched the
Okay.
repair work on what? Leah?
That sounds like a new
having
thing. Joe.
watched some recording. Yes, so having watched some Olympics, rink skating, speed skating, and short track, they do repair the ice, so they do have ice managers.
And so,
ice rink
they will
managers.
fill in that auger hole, huh?
Yeah, it was a little smaller than an auger hole. It's more like a shovel or a little trowel they were working with. It's kind of interesting.
All right. Tip of the day. Okay, this is the next subject. It's how do we free up some space on our iPhone? And what I'm going to do is go through a litany of things you can do to free up space either on your iPhone or iPad. Okay. And what I'll do is I have this that I'm going to go through, and I'll include this write-up with the video that I send out to all of you. Okay.
Thank you.
So the first thing you should do probably, and I'm going to share my screen. The first thing you should do is say, well, do I need to do this? Do I need to save some space? And to do that, you on your iPhone or your iPad, you need to go to settings, and I'm going to go to that on each device here. And then you go to general. And then you go to iPhone or iPad storage. And when you're there, it gives you a reading of how you're doing. You'll see on my iPad here that I'm getting up there pretty good. I've got 56 gigabytes used of 64. So I have about 8 gigabytes to play with, which isn't a whole lot. And it also gives you a kind of a bar chart there that's color coded that tells you what's using your space. And you'll notice by far it's my apps that is using space. On my iPhone,
Wow.
I'm in better shape because I have twice the memory. All right, but I'm using it up pretty good there too, with 72 gigabytes out of 128. Okay.
Yeah.
You can look at, if you look at, I'm not going to cover, I'll cover this in a minute. It says offload unused apps. That's the easiest way, by the way, on both the iPhone and the iPad there, to immediately save a whole lot of space. Okay. And that automatically offloads unused apps when you're low on storage. Your documents and data will be saved. So you just click enable that, and I would get back 26 gigabytes. Big number for my phone. 12 gigabytes on my iPad. Now I prefer not to do that. And that's kind of like the last thing I want to do, because I want to go down through here and see what's using all my space. It says music. Wow, I'm using 4.6 gigabytes of music on my iPad. On my iPhone, I'm even using more. So I have more music on my iPhone. And then messages. Boy, you didn't realize you could say you could occupy that much space with messages. If I click the little arrow to the left of messages, right, it says 2.37 gigabytes is being occupied by the documents and data associated with messages.
Sorry, can you repeat how you clicked on this image?
Yep. I'm,
Yeah, no, I see the messages. And how did you get from this message screen to the detailed one? Oh, the arrow. Okay, that's
Yep.
fine. Thank you.
good. And so, right, I must have some videos in there occupying 2.29 gigabytes. That tells me I should go into messages and get rid of some stuff. And I can show you how to do that in a little bit, okay?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
If it's MB megabytes, is that's okay? It's,
Yeah, KB is kilobytes, megabytes, and then gigabytes. And that's
okay.
you multiply by 1,000 each time. So by far, I got to go in and do that. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay.
Yep.
And I'm going to look down here and say, gee, do I ever use Mint? You know, Mint's a great program, but I don't use it. You know, it's used to track your finances. And so I'm going to click the arrow there. And there are two types of deletions. One would get rid of the app and keep the associated data, which in this case is rather small. And one would delete both the data and the app. And since I don't use the app at all, I'm just going to click delete the app.
Bill,
Go ahead.
I have one that says Garage Band and it's using up 1.58 gigabytes.
Yep,
Does that, I don't even know what Garage Band is.
that's the first thing I delete. GarageBand is for people who create music. And so it allows you to not only create the music, but also record the piano and the drum and the boom and multiple, and it's really a soundboard where you can create all these and mix, and it's a mixer. So it's a huge program that does take up a lot of space. So delete it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Most of us don't use that. Only people who are into creating music. Okay, let's see another one here. Pokemon Go, I don't play anymore. So I click the arrow and I'll delete the app. Now, can I get the app back? Certainly. Just go to the App Store and,
Purchase it.
well, just go to the App Store and download it again. It doesn't need to be, whether it costs money or not, doesn't matter because you get it back for free.
Ah,
If you delete an app that you paid for initially, and then you want it back, you don't pay a second time. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Let's see, I don't pay Scramble Knots anymore. What I want to do is show you the other option. If I offload the app, I'll keep the 94K associated with the app. So I'm just going to offload the app. And if I go get the app again, it will come back exactly where I left off. So if it's a game and you're in the middle of a game, one of these role-playing games, and you're on level 23 or whatever, okay, the data will contain where you left off in the game. And when you download the game again, it will pick up where you left off. Okay.
So neither deleting nor doing that offloading gets it completely out of your reach. You can always get it back.
Correct. No matter which way you do it, you can always get it back. And when you go to the App Store, and let me go to the App Store just to show you. When I go to the App Store, what was the name of that app? It's way down here at the bottom now. Just a minute. Well, there's one. Look at all of them down here here it is, Scrabble knots. See? There's a little cloud beside it. I didn't completely remove it because I still have the data for it on my device.
Ah,
And I can actually, wow, they really made it convenient. I can click the cloud here, I bet, and then reinstall it. Wow, that's pretty cool. So it keeps track of all the apps you've downloaded with saving the data right here. Okay.
So, I have a question.
Mhm.
I have both an iPhone and an iPad, and I've got Cloud Library on both. And on my iPhone, it's showing it's using 4.06 gigabytes of data. And on my iPad, it's using 2.94 gigabytes of data. And I have the same two books downloaded on both.
You
And
sure?
they should be synced, so I don't understand why there's a difference in the data.
And that's the data, not the app.
Right. Well, it's a combination of the app size and the data. The app size is the same on both
That's
devices.
why I asked. Yeah.
It's the documents and data is different on my iPad and my iPhone, and I don't know why. It's almost an extra gigabyte on my iPhone, and yet I'm only showing the same two books.
I would bet. You mean gigabyte or megabyte?
Gigabyte
A book's taking a gigabyte?
audio books,
Oh, okay.
but it's only two of them.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah,
There's got to be something different there, and I'm not sure why. You're very sure you have only the same two.
well, I checked both. I checked both devices. It's showing the same two audio books, and it should because they're synced. But I checked.
I don't know. Does that sync? I'm not sure it does. Books may not sync.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. I can't explain that.
Well, I mean, once you go to the internet, they sync, and I'm on the internet.
I'm not sure. Okay. When I get to books, we'll talk about that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The next big user we usually have is photos and videos. So if you go to settings, and you want to see, well, you were there. So settings, iPad storage, and see how much room your photos are taking. Mine aren't taking that much. They're taking 913 megabytes on my iPad. And on my iPhone, they're taking 1.69 gigabytes. All right.
Hey, Bill, can you show us how to get there to where you got the iPad? I can't figure out what you're doing.
I just went to settings,
Yeah,
general,
general.
and then in the general column, it's iPad storage.
I don't have an iPad storage in general.
You must.
Remember, car play.
What? I don't have, iPhone storage. Okay. I thought we were doing photos.
Oh, no, I didn't go to photos. Settings, general, iPad storage.
I said iPad. I don't have that.
Bill, it's Diane again. With a question, why aren't they syncing the
I'm
photos?
wondering
I
that
mean, you've got a
myself.
big difference.
I hear you, dear. I'm wondering that myself.
Just unmute again.
But we'll see when we get there. what Diane's asking me is, why isn't the photos, why is photos almost double on my iPhone than on my iPad?
Can it be the quality of the photo?
I don't think so.
Could it be that she started using one device and then later on started the other device, and so it
Let's
didn't
go to
pick up the first
photos
one?
here. Let's go to photos in both devices. Since we're going to spend some time there anyway today. Hmm.
You don't seem to agree with any of us, for any of us, because
Yeah.
mine don't.
Which is an interesting scenario, right?
Yes.
I guess my question is, why is it so important?
Well, you wonder why it's different, because
Yeah.
they're supposed to be this. When I take a picture on one device, it goes to the other. And so they should be synced.
But if the last picture you took is on your phone and the last picture you took is on your iPad, I don't know,
Exactly.
maybe it has something to do with the definition. I don't know.
We're just, yes, exactly.
I'm going to ask about update, because I have found that updates on my computer change some things. Is it possible the latest updates on either one of these have changed what's happening with the photos and storage?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And look at that. On my iPhone, it says that I have 3,080 pictures. On my iPad, it says 3,080 pictures.
Hmm.
Wow.
Could they be stored in a different size with different pixels,
That's a
amount of pixels?
possibility. That's a possibility. One could, and we'll get to that when we get to photos. All right. Meanwhile, we got to figure out why we can, how we can save some storage. Right? So if you have a lot of photos, there is one thing you can do. If you have a lot of space being occupied by photos, if you go to settings on either device, and you go down to where the photos are, I'll go in both devices. Okay. And one of the ways is, are you currently using PhotoStream? And you can turn PhotoStream off.
Hmm?
If when you go to settings, it
Yeah.
says PhotoStream here. Mine doesn't anymore because I've turned it off. Okay.
Would it have those words, photo stream,
Yes, it
on the
would.
screen?
Yes, it would.
So you're saying to click off photo stream?
Well, make sure you have iCloud Photos on.
Oh,
Okay. And then one of the key things here, it says download and keep originals or optimize the photos. When you keep the original, each picture takes somewhere around 1 million bytes. Could be 2, but it's okay. Each picture. If you change it to optimize my iPad storage or my iPhone storage, it keeps the full version of the picture in the cloud and reduces the number of pixels that are saved on your device for that picture by 90% or so, or about. And so it's, instead of 1 million bytes, it's taking 100 million bytes. Now, And that's a big difference. So if you load the picture on your, let's say, iPhone or iPad that's been optimized, it looks grainy for about 2 seconds, at which in that time span of 2 seconds, it goes to the cloud, gets the full version of the picture and brings it down for you to look at. Because I have 3 million or 3,000 pictures, mine are all optimized. And while you're there, just turn on shared albums for later on, okay?
Okay.
And Bill, are you there? Yeah.
Yes,
Could you check to see why, just ask Google that question, why are my iPhone and iPad picture storage, why is it that they're not the same? See if
yeah, I have the same problem, but reversed. My iPad is bigger than my iPhone and I take all the pictures on the iPhone.
Yeah,
But I think, and I have optimized storage on both.
right,
But I noticed in the fine print under the, when we were back on general and space,
yeah,
that my last phone update was on 212 and the last iPad update was 217. So
Right.
I was playing around with some pictures a couple of days ago, and that may be, they don't flow back the other way. But I'll ask Google.
okay,
Excuse me, I updated at the same time. I updated both devices, so I
Okay.
don't have that issue.
yep. The next thing that uses your iPhone or iPad a lot is music.
Not me.
Not me.
No, my computer, my TV does, but not me.
Not me, okay.
Sorry.
Let's see how much, and see, it shows you in music how much space music is using. And there's quite a bit more being used on my iPad than my iPhone. And what you could do is, here's all the music that's downloaded. Wow. Boy, it's got a lot of information there. If I go to Bocelli here and I go to his album and there's one of the songs, I could remove it. Okay. So again, if you're not listening to some of that music, might be a good idea to get rid of some of that. And you can remove it from your device and you still own it and you can reload it later.
I don't even have the music app on my iPhone. I never deleted it.
Oh, you should have it there then, if you haven't deleted it.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you search for it?
But I
It
did.
might not be on your home screens.
No, I'm in my settings. I was looking for it.
Oh,
I have it. I have it on my iPad. The setting for music. I have it under privacy. I found media and Apple Music under privacy in settings.
it should be right here.
Yeah, I see where it should be because I've got it on my iPad. Yeah.
Get rid of messages. That's one of the things I have to do, go into my messages and see where the videos are there. Okay,
Messages, not messenger.
right. Messenger could be an issue, but it's not an Apple app. The,
You have a lot.
you can also go to settings and Safari and scroll down in Safari where it says clear history and website data. And you may
Oh.
have some information built up there, which is significant. Okay. So I found one for myself to be working on when we get out of when I get out of the class here, is go to messages.
You're saying messages, not messenger.
Right, I use messages. Messenger is not an Apple product.
Okay.
And can you show us how to do that, or you're going to cover it later? The messages.
If you go to messages on your device,
Yeah, I have a million of them. Oh,
you can get rid of a whole, here's a long conversation I've been having.
right.
Here's one, I think is where my videos are, is in here.
Is
Okay,
there a way to search for which ones have videos or no?
not that I know of.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
so you can get rid of any message or any subset of a message. So let me find one that's a subset of a message. Let's go. See, I've got a lot of messages here, but this is the one I think has all the stuff in it. No,
This
not
is-
that. I thought it would be that one. Is it this one?
Hmm.
All right, here I have a message. And I can touch on any portion of the message and I come up with this. See that? I touched, I put my finger right here and pressed and held, and it comes up with this, right?
Mhm.
Ooh. Should come up with that. And it says more on it. I click the little three dots by more, and then I get these little bullets on each segment of the message. So I want to get rid of this part and leave the 10-minute late and this one, and then hit the garbage can, and I got rid of those three sections. What I'm
Oh.
going to have to do, right, is go through and do that. And more, right? And get rid of the picture. That's-
Sorry, and then you hit the trash can at the bottom. I wasn't looking.
Yes,
okay.
Bill, it's Jean.
Mhm.
I have in settings, keep messages only 30 days. Does that have anything to do with this, or I'm in the wrong?
Yes.
spot?
Say that again, please.
I'm in settings and messages for settings, and I have it checked off to just keep them 30 days.
That helps.
Oh, okay, because one of the things is forever, but I don't want them forever.
And mine is forever, so,
Oh, okay, because I always kept it 30 days.
yep.
I delete them. Oh, you don't have, I delete them as I finish reading them if I don't need to keep them.
That's also a good idea.
But I didn't realize that by pressing them, I could see the rest of the message. Haven't done. I have one that's there that has a stream of messages, not very many, but I didn't realize I could do that. Thank you.
One of these messages must have a long video in it or something. All right.
Oh, this is Joanne. Can I ask a question?
Absolutely. That's why we're here.
Okay. I kind of lost you when you said went to Safari and then,
Oh, the objective Safari saves a whole bunch of tabs. And it also, when you go to websites, it creates history of where you've been, and it also creates cookies. All right, so you can reset all that. And to do that, you go to settings And you have to find Safari on the list somewhere in settings. And I'll go to it both on my iPhone and iPad. And then if you scroll down, don't pay anything to all the other things that are going on there, but there's a blue area that says clear history and website data.
Hmm.
Now, if it's blue, that means that you can clear some stuff. And so it removes the history where you've been, clears cookies, and clears the tabs you may have opened.
And if it's not blue?
If it's not blue, you've done it sometime in the past.
Okay.
That's what you're recommending, just clear that.
Yes.
Since it's not called Safari on your phone, do you go to Siri and do that?
No, this is Safari. This is.
I know.
It's on your phone.
It's Safari on both.
Ah, I found it. Thank you.
Yeah. How we doing, everybody?
Okay.
We're still here.
Some websites don't need those cookies, so if you just say clear, what happens?
They'll ask you to put them back on.
Yeah,
Some places will.
no. Some of us have turned off, don't accept cookies. And some websites you go to require you to have cookies turned on.
Right.
Some of those cookies are very difficult to change, even though you're following what they tell you to do.
So you delete them. And I just deleted all my cookies. I'm going to be hungry tonight, you know.
Apple Pay.
The purposes of cookie is when you log back onto that website, it checks the cookies you've got there for information about the last time you logged on to that website.
Such as if you have a credit card on there and you need to hit the payment method and the credit card comes up, is that considered a cookie?
No, that's different.
Okay.
Bill, what's the difference between check for Apple Pay, whether it's on or off?
You're in Safari?
Yes. It says check for Apple Pay, and I have it on, and I was wondering, is it better to have it off?
I don't use it, so.
If you use it, you want it on.
And I do have.
I don't know what it would be for. I'll turn it off. I never
turn it
use
off, Then we won't have a problem with it. I don't have an Apple credit card, so.
You don't need an
You
Apple.
don't need an Apple credit card.
I'm sorry. I do have a credit card on here.
I like Apple Pay. I think it's more secure
Okay.
because they just use a token.
All right, let's switch gears now to why we're here. We're here for photos and working with photos.
Okay.
Okay,
So what do you want us to do?
I want you to go to the, I want you to go to the Photos app on both your iPhone and your iPad. On the iPad, there's a left-hand column. Contains a whole lot of information there. On the iPhone, there is no left-hand column. And you could be somewhere buried looking at a picture. Okay. Now, if you're like my iPhone is there, and it doesn't show up on the screen, but there's an arrow on the top of my iPhone screen when I'm looking at photos. If there is an arrow there, start tapping it. And it's a left pointing arrow. And you keep tapping it till it come back and says out, it says something at the top. And the reason I want you to get there is because I want it to say at the bottom, right down here, I want it to say library for you or albums. Got that?
Could you go back? Sorry to ask, but could you go back to that? Run through that. You get your photos.
So you've opened photos. Is there an arrow at the top left portion of your screen?
It says settings.
You're not in settings photo. You went to the Photos app.
Yeah.
Go back to the home screen. And go to the Photos application.
On the home screen. Okay, got it.
So here's the home screen.
I got it.
And I'm going to select this particular application.
Mhm.
Okay. And
Now what do you,
I want to make sure everybody's at the same place. That's what your iPhone should look like. Don't worry about the pictures and things down here. I just wanted to make sure this text is at the bottom for the iPhone. And the text is on the left-hand side for the iPad. On the iPad, you'll see a little
yes,
square divided into two parts. Guess it's
yes.
rectangle, and if you click that, this whole panel will disappear. And then you click
Can
it
you get-
again and that panel comes back. Now that panel.
What?
Go ahead,
Bill,
Okay.
go ahead.
Bill,
No.
when I click on my photos, and the music is playing, how do I get rid of that?
Having such interesting things happening today.
Is this your iPhone or your iPad, Ann?
Is on my iPad.
Okay. Go back to the home button, press the home button, go back home.
Okay, but I am home.
And still music's playing.
No, it stopped the music. It's just when I hit the photos.
Okay. What I want to do is just stop the Photos app from running. So we're kind of doing a reset on it. Do you have a home button on your iPad?
Well, I'm on the home page.
Do you have a home button though?
This home,
What's
yes.
the home button?
Yes, double tap it quickly. So it comes up and looks like that.
Okay, mine says what's new in home.
You have you should have little squares on your screen when you hit it quickly. Tap, tap. And I want to get rid of the Photos app. I want to stop it from running. I'm going to sweep it out of the way. Whoop. And that will.
You're
stop.
talking about only on Ann's right now?
That's correct.
I'm sorry, Bill, but I don't have that. When I hit the home button, which I have just hit, it says what's new in home. Home keys, Siri enabled accessories, home kit, secure video,
I
continue.
want you to put your thumb on it and press it quickly twice. Tap, tap.
On the home one.
Home button.
I do very quickly twice, and this is what comes up. On the side, it says home, obviously the home button, automation and discover, grayed out. Behind that's a picture, but then this new screen says what's new in home. So maybe I just haven't ever pressed the home button and I'm finding out for the first time, maybe.
No,
You're not clicking properly.
Well, I very quickly twice, and every time it comes up the same.
Maybe a little slower?
No, no, no. Everybody stop.
Anything a little
Everybody
faster.
stop. Do you feel it click under your finger, Ann?
I'm sorry, say that again, Bill?
Do you feel a click each time you press, when you press twice?
Yes,
And you're pressing it very quickly.
yes. And I somehow got rid of something, and now it says My Home, Discover Home, Explore the Possibilities, and see how easy it is to add accessories to your home. Learn more.
Oh, you're pressing the home app. I'm talking about the home button.
Oh, okay. Yes, I was doing the app.
And
Okay.
can I interest you in a nice Android phone?
Okay, I see what you're saying. I did the home button instead of the home app.
Right, and sweep that one out of the way.
Okay.
All right, and then open photos. We got it.
Oh, and there's the music.
Hold on. Did you sweep it out of the way? Did you close photos?
I swept it out of the way.
When you see
Bill,
how,
I have a question.
just a minute, please.
Sweep photos out of the way?
You see my screen, Ann?
Yes,
I'm gonna put my thing, and I have photos there.
right.
Sweep it up like
Yep.
so.
Uh-huh.
And now close. Press the home button and go back to photos.
Okay, and now I'm with you.
All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right, we're sitting looking at we have some terminology to pick up here. Every picture you take ends up in recents. So you'll notice it says recents here on my screen
Mhm.
because I have albums selected down below here. I went to all albums. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, let's start out by clicking library. See where it says library on my iPad? And then library on the bottom left of my iPhone. Okay, and now I'm looking at all my pictures. And on, for example, my iPad, it says all photos, days, months, and years, the same as it says on the iPhone. Right? Years, months, day, and all. So your pictures are organized here by
Dates.
date. And if I tap years at the where it says years, whoa, maybe, maybe not. I tap years and years come up. And you'll see where it says 2022, 21, 20, and back through time. Now, what happens here is they've organized all your pictures by that year. And for example, if I touch 2022, you'll notice how that that little
Maybe.
bar changes to months. And now you're looking at all your pictures by the month you took them.
Mhm.
Mm.
And if I tap on one of the months,
Mhm.
now I'm looking at the day I took the pictures. And I can scroll down and it'll switch from month to month, but it stays in day mode. Make sense, everybody?
Mhm.
And then if you tap on all photos will end up looking the same. The most recent picture you took is at the bottom. Okay. And goes backwards from there. All right. So that's looking at your pictures, one way to organize them.
Bill, can I ask a question, please?
Yes, go.
For some reason, on my phone, I see my pictures, but on the iPad, there are no photos or videos. It's not, something is not syncing. Some setting is wrong, I'm assuming.
Correct. Is both the iPhone and the iPad logged on to the same Apple ID?
Yeah. Yes,
If you go to settings and you tap your name at the top, and I'm doing so, did you say your iPad was the one that was blank?
the iPad is blank, yes,
And you go to your name
right,
and then you tap iCloud,
okay,
and does it say photos on there?
yes,
It does?
yep,
And you tap it and it says iCloud Photos is on.
correct.
Then do the same thing with your phone. You may not have it turned on your phone.
So,
I thought he said he had an Android phone.
no. Well, I do. I just got the iPhone this week.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm not sure where I'm,
Settings. tap
Oh,
your name
funny,
at the-
funny,
tap
funny.
Your name at the top.
right,
tap
okay,
iCloud. Is photos turned on?
yes,
And you tap photos?
yep.
How long ago did you turn on photos?
iCloud Photos is not turned on.
Oh, you mean iCloud? You need to turn that on.
I just did.
And now it'll start paging.
Oh, now it wants to sell me more storage. Thank you, Steve.
How many pictures have you got already?
I don't know.
You can't have that many. All right.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. If you go to the next place I'd like to go, and I'm going to skip over people, places, favorites, and for you, and I want to go to recents. That's where I spend most of my time. I click recents on both the iPhone and the iPad. On the iPhone, I would tap albums and then recents. And that's all your pictures.
How do you get to it on the phone, iPhone?
At the bottom
Right.
of the screen, it says albums.
Yes. Okay,
You tap albums
I see it. Thank you.
and then tap recent.
Got it.
All right.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not seeing recents when I tap albums. Oh, now I got it. Sorry.
No?
First I had to,
Perfect.
thank you.
Now, you may be asking yourself, well, I'd like to get all my pictures organized, and I'd like to organize them myself. And it's called creating an album. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an album called the Red Sox, and I'm going to put Wally in it. Okay. My niece is visiting me, and she is the Red Sox mascot, Wally.
Oh. A woman. Oh, good.
Yeah, several of them are women.
Mm.
All right. So I'm going to hit select. And that's usually what you have to do. You said, well, gee, which ones do I want to put in this album? So I click select. And now I'm going to tap on various pictures. So I'd like you to do the same. Find a group of pictures that you would like. to be put together in an album.
When to select, you just tapped on the photo or, because I,
You tap select first
where did you, I don't see the word select on the screen.
on Apple, or you don't now. Now you see it? On the iPad at the top, on the iPhone, it's at the top.
No, I'm looking at the iPhone, iPad.
Okay, and you're on recents.
On the upper right, yes, I'm sorry, I was looking down the left-hand column, upper right, yes, understood.
Okay. And then I just tap the pictures I would like to include in the album.
Yeah,
Okay,
All of them?
yeah, the ones you would like to put in,
Ones you
the-
want in the album, yeah.
not all your pictures, but the ones you would like to put in the
Right.
album. Okay? And on my screen, you see this little box down here.
yes.
It's called the share box on the left-hand side. I'm
Mhm.
going to do the same thing on my iPhone. And I see the share box down there.
Yep,
So I hit the share box. And it says, what do you want to do with these? And I say, I want to add them to an album.
okay,
So we click or tap, add to album. Now, at this point, you could put it in another album I have already created, or it says new album up there. So what do you think you might do? What? Come
Name
on,
the album.
I want to add album. New album. So I click on new album and I name it. Now I'm going to name it. Okay.
Well, I don't have the option in here on my iPad to add to the add to album under the share button.
It should be there.
Yeah, I even clicked under more and it's not there.
No. You should be able to, if you followed me this far,
Yeah, I selected my photos.
then you click this little box,
Yes,
and then there should be a bunch of, right?
oh,
Options here.
yeah, I found it. Sorry.
That's okay. You went right instead of down.
Yeah, correct.
Right. And I'm going to type in WALLY, and I'm going to tap save. And now I have an album called Wally. And if I scroll down to my albums on the iPad, there he is. How fast does it make it over to my iPhone? I'm wondering. Yep, it's already on my iPhone there. And you should be able to tap that album and it just shows you those pictures.
Right.
Wow.
while we're on this topic, if you wanted to change the name of your album, is that an easy thing to do, or is that up for a different topic, different day?
Tell me you made a mistake.
Well, actually, I'm looking, you misspelled Vancouver, but I wasn't going to mention it.
Oh,
It's missing a U.
I misspelled Vancouver. Oh.
You've got Vancouver.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
But just, if you wanted to change your titles that you've typed in, is that an easy fix?
I think so.
Yeah. How do you spell Vancouver? The way you do that is you would type, well, you're on your iPhone or iPad?
Probably on the iPad.
Okay. On the
'Cause
iPad,
once you fix it in one place, will it not therefore automatically fix it in the other?
I hope so. Okay. On the iPad, if you tap edit and then just tap Vancouver there, press and hold it. How do you spell Vancouver?
It's Couver. You missed a U. VAN.
Oh,
No, that VAN.
Oh,
And then COUVER. Yeah.
and then tap done.
Okay. Where was the edit button? I'm looking at a very small screen here.
On the
Mhm.
iPad,
Yes.
on the iPad, it's at the top of the screen,
Yes.
the column there.
Oh,
okay,
there
then-
all the time? Okay, sorry. Small print. I didn't see it. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
While you're still in the album, where you still have those pictures, you can just tap the three dots on top. And one of the choices are rename album.
Is it? Yes, it is. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Thank you.
I saw it on the iPad.
Um,
Didn't know it was on the iPhone as well, or on the
It-
iPhone.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah, Bill,
that's even easier.
Bill,
Yes.
okay. After, on the iPhone, after selecting the photos, what comes next?
So let me go into my pictures here. And I tap select, and then I tap the pictures.
Yes,
Okay. And then I click the little share box there on the lower left-hand side of the phone.
the box with an arrow pointing up.
That's the one.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bill,
And then you scroll down in that box and you add to album.
Okay.
And then you
What if it's so even if it's a new album, you
Because
could
what it
add to
does,
album.
when you tap add to album, what it does is it comes up and lists all your albums below, but it says new album at the top.
Got it.
And so I want a new
Okay.
album and I'm going to call it Blue Jay.
Okay. Thank you.
And save. Somebody else had a question?
Yeah, Bill, I have no, on my iPhone, I have no icon for Apple Photos. I can go to the store and open it, but I have no icon. How do I do that?
So now I have no icon on my iPhone for
Okay,
photos. Because
yeah,
what you have to do is go to widgets, or not, sorry, widgets, app library. You get to the app library by sweeping from right to
yeah,
left,
yeah, I got it.
okay? And you, if you don't see it there, you tap app library at the top
Okay,
and you just type in photo, P-H-O-T-O, and there's the Photos app. And now comes the tough part.
go ahead.
I put my finger on it and I hold it. And then it should come over to one of your home screens and you just drop it.
Absolutely. Terrific.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
you are quite welcome. All right, so now I have a couple new albums, one called Blue Jay and one called Wally. Now, that's the hardest way to create an album. Oh, you're awful, Bill. If you look up above, they have the capability of creating albums for you. And again, I'm going to go to albums on my phone. Here's a summary
from Google Help. Create a new album. On your Android tablet, open the Google Photos app. Sign into your Google account. Touch and hold a
Okay. Then you see on my iPad where it says people, places, and favorites. On my iPhone, if I scroll down, it says people, places, and then it has a list.
Can't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, you got to be in albums on your iPhone. And on your iPad, the left-hand panel, if you scroll down, people, places, favorites, and even further, it says videos, selfies, live photos, portraits, long photo exposures. You see all those
Yep.
on both devices?
Yes.
If you want to see the videos you've taken, you just tap videos. If you want to see the selfies, you tap that. Get the idea?
Yes.
See the portraits I've taken, I go there.
And if you wanted to delete the videos because you wanted to reduce the storage, is this one way of doing it?
Sure, you could be quick too. You go to videos there.
Yeah.
It lists the length of the videos and you say, I don't know that one. Why'd I take a video of that?
Yeah.
So you tap select,
Yeah.
you tap the videos you want to get rid of. And then hit the garbage can.
Yep.
Now, once you've deleted something, it's not yet been expunged from your device. Hasn't been removed from your device yet because it's listed up here in recently deleted. So I have 74 pictures here in recently deleted on my iPhone. And I have probably the same number on my iPad. Now I've got,
How do we get to that recently deleted?
say again?
How do you get to the screen on your phone that says recently deleted? I deleted 3 videos.
Right. If you scroll down some more, when you're looking at the albums screen, at the
Yes.
bottom it says recently deleted.
Yes, thank you. But that would include photos as well. That's everything.
That's everything.
Okay.
And it tells you how many days it will be until that is actually gotten rid of. So I could at this point select this one, select that picture and delete it entirely.
Yep.
Now it's really gone. On the other hand, I could select it and say, gee, I didn't want to delete this one, and this one. And I say recover it. And it puts it back in where in my photos.
Okay, thank you.
And so, Bill, in other words, you have to wait until the app has run its course and automatically deletes.
I have to wait 29 days.
Got it. Thank you.
Unless you do what I just did. Unless I select the picture and I want to get rid of this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one.
Yep.
And then I hit delete. And now they're actually gone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't follow that. So I'm on 29 days.
For the ones you've just deleted, that's correct.
Can I make it 14 days or it stays 29?
You can't change the time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Wow. So now we know how to create an album. We know that IBM or that that Apple organizes your photos by the width, by how the photo was taken. Was it a video, a selfie, live photos, or whatever? Okay. But they also have some there called people. Now, what I've got to do, show you how this works. But just look at my iPad for a moment. And I'm going to go to my recents. On the iPad. And I have this lovely picture of this lady. Whoop, I don't know, her eyes closed. I want them open. Okay. It's not going to do it for me. Come on. All right. I have.
What are you trying to do?
I'm going to show you.
Okay.
I have this picture, has two faces on it.
Mm-hmm.
If I pull the picture, if I put my finger on the picture and pull up, you can't see me pulling up. Let me have you see what I'm doing.
It's two little pictures down at the bottom
No.
in the corner.
All right, I'm taking a picture of my screen. I put my finger here and I pull up. And you see the little circles down the lower left-hand side?
Yes.
Okay. And they have a question mark on them.
Okay.
Now, these are people. Apple has identified their faces and said, you haven't named these faces yet. Do you want to name them? You would tap the question mark and you would say tag with name. And you would add their name here. Once you have done that, and I've done that for a whole lot of people, you can go to where it says people. And here's all the people I have identified so far. See that? And why would you do that? Well, if I want every picture I have taken of my wife that's in my device, and I don't see my wife on that list. Oh, there she is. Right? If I tap her face, and let me all right, here is a library of all the pictures I've taken of Patty through time.
Since you had your phone.
Yeah. And so what Apple has done is said it has facial recognition in there. It says, I recognize that face in all these different pictures. And by the way, I've made a video for you, and you can play it by hitting this little button. Okay. Now you don't need that music. You can do some playing around with that. But I just wanted to give you the basics. So what I'd like you all to do is go to your recents, find a picture with somebody's face on it. And there's three faces.
Can you do this in an iPhone?
Yes, either one.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a picture with three faces in it. Put my finger here and pull up. And there's the three faces right there.
Bill, I have a question,
Mhm.
and this has been driving myself and my sister a little crazy. There's one picture of my nephew when he was little, and we have many of them, but it's not recognizing that face. I have done everything but from editing the photo to changing the brightness. Is there anything you can do?
Well, first of all, identify that photo that has the face that doesn't match. Okay? So that you will have, let me go back here. So that you will have two with the same name on it. Follow me?
Right?
So now you're gonna have his baby picture and his adult picture.
Right. No, I understand that part of it. What I'm,
Hold on,
it's-
hold on.
okay.
Listen. Then you put your finger on it and you put one on top of the other,
yeah, right. I know that. That's merging,
and it will merge the two.
but it's not recognizing him in that one picture.
That's what I'm telling you to do. In that one picture that doesn't recognize him, tap the question mark.
Mhm.
Put
There's
his,
no question mark. There's no question mark there.
oh, it doesn't even recognize the face.
No, no.
Don't know what's going on there then.
Oh, I just hate calling Apple.
Well, give him a call. I mean, I'm not sure why it doesn't recognize the face. You pull up and there's no, it doesn't,
No, absolutely not.
okay. For all of
And
those,
there are many pictures that look like him that are recognized when he was younger.
I understand. I understand that. Is it too grainy or something that it doesn't recognize a face? Is it too small?
No. As I said, I've even edited the photo and, you know, brightened it and cropped it. And it still doesn't no question mark, no nothing. It's the
Is it a
only
picture
photo.
you took or imported?
Hmm?
Is it a picture was taken or was imported?
Imported, but my sister's having the same problem.
With the same picture?
Uh-huh.
Got it. For the rest of you, if you have.
Okay, thank you though, Bill. I really appreciate it. I know it's hard. This is a little difficult.
I have pictures of my grandson when he's looks like this. And I have pictures of my grandson
That I know.
when he looks like this, right? All right. And the two aren't recognized together.
Yeah, it's too much of a difference.
Too much of a difference. But the way I got them together is I pulled up one and put his name on it. I pulled up the other and put his name on it. And then they came up in my people and I said, I want to move this Alex on top of this Alex. And it merges the two faces. Okay.
That's all right. I don't necessarily need to do this.
Another way in which your pictures are organized already for you. Now, once you've done that, if I want to have a party for Maddie and I can get all the pictures I've taken of Maddie, right? Not very many there. Or let's say Peter, right? There's the pictures I have of Peter. If I tap see more, I should get, well, no, getting. That's interesting. I must have two Peters. All right, get the idea though? There's Margie.
Bill, I have a question.
Mhm.
When I tap these pictures, they come up and this awful music comes on with it. How do you get rid of the music?
Have the same problem.
Stop with the music. So you got this one to come up and then you clicked on the first picture. And that's what gives you the music. Is that what you're talking about, Ann?
Yes, yes, that's it.
Right? And here comes the music.
Now, how do you stop it?
Yours is nicer than mine. How do you stop it or
I know.
change it?
Tap the picture and it ends up when I turn it down.
Yes, please do.
Okay, it's still playing the music, right?
How did you turn it down?
Volume control on your iPhone or iPad. If you tap the picture, you can hit the X at the top.
Where is volume control? I just see the picture.
No. Volume control on your iPhone or iPad.
On the side of the iPhone or iPad.
Say again?
It's on the side of the whole iPad.
Right.
She's not with it today.
Okay, so now how do you get rid of the sound? I can figure out doing that.
If you touch your iPad on the lower left-hand side, down here, there's a little symbol. Touch it. It's the way you can stop it. Whoops, I didn't mean to stop it. Okay. If you touch your iPad while it's running, there's a little symbol down here. You click that. And then come over here and click it. And then you can select different music. So if I want to have Blue Sky play instead, and I think that's more appealing. Now notice what I'm doing here. When you're playing that video, down here are some buttons. You can change the effects. All right. How did I get all that? I touched the screen while the video's playing. I tap the music icon on the left-hand side. And now I have a bunch of different selections that will take me, I can have different effects and different music.
Bill, excuse me, but when I tap that music button, I get a notification center, custom device, lock rotation, screenshot, and control center.
You're talking about, let me stop it here.
And I get one that gives you a choice of other music.
Right. Now tap the other music. The two
Tap
things
the other
that
music.
stop-
The music stops there, but there's a screen that gives you a different suggestions, and then the word cancel and the word done at the top.
What version of the operating system do you have?
I think it's 52.1 or whatever the
50.
latest is. I just had it,
15.3.1,
yes,
and we're talking about your iPad.
yes, sir.
All right. So I have a video there. There's Alexander. I tap the screen and it starts the video. All right. Now, if I tap the screen, I get the little icon down here. When I tap that little icon, it gives me a bunch of dots through here. You with me so far, Leah?
Yes, sir.
Now, you put your finger on the screen and you can sweep and change the way it's working. If you wanted to put your own music on it, you would tap the music icon on the right.
That's what I have on my screen.
Right. I tap that little icon and then I'm going to start with,
But how can you take it off and remove the music completely?
I don't know.
Bill, do you have to have music on your computer,
Say
on
again.
your device, in order to get that music icon on the right with the plus sign? Because I don't have that,
What version of the operating system do you have?
the latest one. I just updated.
All right.
The only way you can get rid of the music is turn the volume down on your phone to where you can't hear. That's the only way, I believe, to get rid of it.
Oh, I finally got it.
But if you do that, does that mean that everything else will be muted, will be that volume?
Yes.
As long as you're looking at those pictures, you won't hear anything. When you go out of that the picture mode, then you turn it back up, but you have to remember to turn it up.
Do you have to purchase those music selections?
No, they were automatic. I didn't purchase anything.
But if you select one of those, will it charge you?
Say again, please.
If you select one of those, will it charge you?
Not that I know of.
What does the button next to the interlocking circles? Yes, what does that do?
Poke and hope. Gives you the different ways in which the color coding or the filter that will be on it.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
So in essence, if you make an album, you do not have an option.
You know, I'm surprised they don't have one that you can do without sound. You know, that would be nice.
There's not even any option.
Yeah, you can change the music, but you can't. Now, suppose you wanted to make your own slideshow, right? You would select the pictures, and I'll select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? And then I hit the share box, and there should be a slideshow option there. And I say slideshow.
But you have music again.
Understood. Okay. You do have options on this one to get no music. And you see the options on your screen when you start playing the video.
No.
Yes, you will.
Okay, I was looking at your screen and I didn't see them.
You don't see it on my screen because you're not, you're seeing you're seeing the video. Okay, but you will have a word called options on your screen when you start the video.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'd like to now cover places. I'm going to switch gears here. See where it says places? And what it does is whenever, let me put it this way. Is location services turned on when you're taking photos? And I'm going to say, if you say, I don't know, we're going to show you how to do that. But if it is turned on, it records where the video is taken with the metadata or the data that goes with the picture. Now, the way in which you turn that on, so everybody back with me here, go to your home screens, and I'm now on my home screens on my iPad.
What is it on the iPhone, Bill? Library?
No, it's on go to your home screen, please. Let's do this. Oops.
Oh, my screen.
And we go to settings on both devices. You go to privacy on both devices. Okay, I'll wait a minute till you get to privacy. And when privacy comes up, you tap on location services on both devices. You make sure location services is turned on, and then you scroll down in your list to where it says photos. Hopefully it says photos there. Does it? Does it? Do I have to go to a different place? Darn it.
On the iPhone, it says camera.
Say again, please.
It says camera on the iPhone.
Thank
If
you. Yeah, it's camera. And make sure it's on while using. Thank you for pointing that out.
Sorry, what's camera over what? Instead of what?
Photos.
It just
Instead
shows
of photos.
camera, privacy, location services. And when you use your camera, you're allowing the camera to access where the phone or iPad is.
Then you're saying is on the iPhone, it's camera, but on the tablet, it's photos.
No, it's on camera on both.
Thank you.
I made that too complicated. Okay.
Why would it do it on Xfinity? Messenger and Zoom. The
And
camera.
now I'm going to go to my photos. And you can squeeze in that picture to show you where the photos have been taken. All right. But what I want to do is focus in on Florida. See where it says 1,000 pictures on my iPad there? 1,091 pictures. And I'm going to zoom in. And you'll notice how it's all of a sudden started breaking the pictures apart as I'm zooming into location.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I keep cutting closer to my home. Right. And I know I took the picture of that bird at my house. So, okay. Okay. There's my backyard, 19 pictures. Oh, my goodness. There's the outside of my house. And right here in this room, right now, location services wasn't quite that accurate. So I took 286 pictures from where I'm sitting just about, right? But you get the idea there. So if I tap the little bird, here's all the pictures that were put on my device from this location. All right. And then you could say, okay, I want to make an album of some of them. Like here's the pictures I took for inventory in my house. And I could say select, and I could go, okay, I'm inventory. Right? And then I could say, these are the pictures that are the inventory in case my house catches on fire or gets flooded for the insurance company.
Is one of them. But people here, these are, as you just heard the Chief Bordelow, former Chief Bordelow say, these are some of the
Somebody's got a video running.
all morning we have heard police making announcements on
Hello,
saying leave or you will
please
be
turn off
arrested.
your,
And people still here saying they're not going to budge.
Rhonda,
I'll mute them.
So
Okay. Now you're going to have to turn on your microphone if you want to speak again, please. Any questions about that? So that's how places work. And it's an easy way to organize your pictures again. If you wanted pictures at a particular place, here's where you would go, and then you could go to them. If you took a trip to Europe or Africa or China, the pictures would be there. Now, I didn't take that picture there, but somebody did. Okay, so you could narrow in and say, here's the pictures I took in London. And you could make an album out of those that you could work with later. One other one is called favorites. So what I want to do is I want to I want to select a picture. I want to open a picture. Just a minute. So I'm looking at this picture, right? At the top of my screen on the iPad or the iPhone, see the icons here at the top? One of them is a heart. If I want to make that one a favorite, I would tap the heart. And it's automatically added to my favorites album. And there it is. I've tapped favorites, and there's the picture. Now, if I wanted to remove it from my favorites like this, I really don't need that one as, let's leave that one. I don't want this one as a favorite. I could tap the heart at the top. And now it's no longer in my favorites album. All right, I would like all of you to create an album of 5 or more pictures. And if you're having trouble, just say so and I'll go through. Well, let's all of us do it together, right? I'm going to go to my recent pictures. and go to whatever place you would like to go. And I tap the word select. And then I'll put a check mark on the pictures I would like to put in a new album. So I'm going to select 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd like you to do a similar kind of thing. And I'll create a different album on my phone. I'm going to go to Recents on my phone. Tap Select. And tap some pictures. Once I've selected the pictures I would like, we tap the share box. And we tap Add to Album. And then we tap the word New Album. And the one on my on my iPhone is Fish. And the one on my iPad is what? Dinner. Christmas dinner.
No, mine didn't say that. Mine said cancel iCloud or post, then comment optional.
Where, okay. Have you selected the pictures?
Yes, I have.
And you tap the share box?
Yes,
And what's it say there?
cancel iCloud post, comment optional. There are nine items that I selected, and then it says share album. Shared album below, and it's something different.
But it doesn't say add to album?
Nope.
And you started with recents?
I started with, let's get rid of that.
Yeah. Are you on your iPad, Ann? Do I lose you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm on the iPad.
And you tap recents on the left-hand column.
Under photos, yes.
Yes. And now you tap select.
Yeah,
And then you select your pictures.
done that.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you tap the share box.
Right.
Okay. And what came up?
It says 9 items selected.
Yep. And then below that, some pictures. Below that, it says airdrop messages mail.
Yes.
And below that, it says print, add to album.
Add to shared album, it says, or add to album.
That's the one.
Add to album.
Yes.
Okay.
And then new album.
New album, right. Oh, yes, and okay. I don't know what happened on the other one, but I did the same thing. So now it works. Thank you.
I'm not going there.
I have a question about what I did.
Oh.
I have the pictures I have the 6 pictures that I selected and a square that has a cross sign in it or a plus sign in it. At the very bottom, it says 5 photos and 1 video. I did not touch a video. I clicked on 6 pictures, but I only have 5 of them, but 1 video.
One of the pictures you clicked on was a video.
When I press the video, all I get is a screen with just the pictures I have,
No, no, no.
generally in all photos. I
No, no.
don't get a video.
Here, let me go down here where I got here. I'm going to select 1, 2, 3. See my iPad there? You see the little numbers? These are videos. And if I select one of them, and then I hit the share box, it says 5 items selected, one of which is a video.
I just discovered that because I see I see 0.00 on one of the pictures that I selected.
Yep,
That's the video.
yep.
Thank you.
No, good. I'd like to spend the next 10 minutes talking about some special apps. These are apps you have to go out and purchase. And I'm not sure if they cost anything or not, but there's 3 of them that I'd like to demo for you. And so don't try to follow along right now. Just hang with me. 2 of them have to do with taking a picture. All right. Okay. One is QR Reader. And there's 2 different types of, let me take a picture of what I've got here before I get started. What I've got is, I've got this particular item from the newspaper today about ABBA being at the riverside, right? And I have, that's called a QR code, that little square, it's called a QR code. And I have a book here on yoga, and that's called a barcode. Your phone comes with the capability of reading these QR code when you have the camera on. So watch what happens when I zero in on that. You see that it says sunevents.com. If I touch that, it takes me to that website. So you don't even need a special app for it. But I have one that does the same thing, but it also reads the other kind of code. So I'm going to show you what that app is and what it's named. You see it on the screen there on my iPhone. It says QR Reader. I'm going to tap that. And it just read that QR code. I didn't have to touch anything. Let me do it again. Right? It read it and took me there. Now that's cool by itself, because then it tells me what the newspaper wanted me to check out, and I can go buy a ticket. The other item there is that QR code, or the barcode at the end. I just put my phone over that. This is even cooler. This book was at Barnes and Noble. I brought up this QR Reader application. I put my phone over it, And it says, by the way, Bill, you can get it at Amazon for $12.99. So you can use this to read barcodes as you're walking around a store to see if there's a better deal somewhere.
Who's the maker of that app?
Apple, go to the Apple store and it's there.
Oh, I was looking on my Android phone to see if I could find it on that.
But it's called QR reader. So go to the.
Yeah,
Android
there's
store.
several of them.
Yeah, and it looks like that. You see it on the
Yeah.
iPhone there?
Right. Thank you.
Mhm. Well, that's not a bad app at all, right?
Then what is the other one called?
You'll get there. Which one?
The one that was reading the barcodes.
It's the same one. It will read both. The QR reader reads both styles.
But unless you have that on your phone, you can't do it. The phone on a
Let me, if you have the Apple iPhone, it will read QRs automatically. Right? I have my Apple phone app running now, and I just put it over there, and it comes up and says, I just recognized a QR code there. And go ahead and you have to tap on it on your iPhone to get there. The other wonderful thing about I think about your iPhone is this feature here. And you see how, let me go back. I'm going to put my phone over the text. And did you see the little icon appear on my phone's right side there? It's a little square with some lines in it. See it appear? I'll make it go away. And now I'm going to put it over there again. If I tap that, it picks up that text and I can say select all. And then I can take that text and paste it somewhere else and actually edit it and do work with it.
That's fantastic.
Okay, it's called a QR, it's called a, what do they call it? OCR, optical character recognition. All right. The next one. Is, if I can get it from here.
Bill, were you using the just the photo app for the OCR, or was there a special one?
Standard photo app does the QCR.
When you say the photo app, you mean the one that has the varying flowers on it that you
Yes.
like the photos? That?
That's the one that, no, I'm sorry, the camera. I'm sorry. Thank you, Leah. It's the app that comes with your device called Camera.
Okay, thank you.
There's one called Photo Scan. You see it on the iPad there? It's called Photo Scan. I'm going to bring it up on the iPhone. You see how I'm holding it above the picture here? So you have the picture in the middle of the page, and you just take the picture, and then guess what it did? it just took that picture. In other words, it recognized there was a picture in the middle of the page and turned it into a photo that you can now work with. You can I can save it, right? You could print it. Get the idea?
What is EXIF on that list?
Not going there.
Thank you.
How many of you have photo albums? My wife in the 80s put together all these photo albums of our grandson, of our son. And they look something like the page I'm going to show you here. And there's this application called Photomyne, PHOTOMYNE. And I'm going to take a picture of 3 pictures at once. See the 3 pictures I'm looking at? I'm going to take that picture, press it and hold. Now it is separating those pictures into 3 different pictures. Okay, so now I have, oops, wait a minute. So now I have those 3 different pictures, that one, this one, and this one. So you don't need to take the pictures out and painstakingly make a copy of them on your phone. You can leave them in the album, just turn the page, take another picture. Did we talk about last time an app called PHONTO? Does anybody remember? If anybody remembers, say yes, otherwise I'm going to cover it. All right. Many of us, pardon me?
Yes, you've spoken about it in the past.
Right, but I haven't spoken about it last week or yet this week.
Oh, I wasn't here last week.
Right. PHONTO is, I think, the best app for adding text to on top of a photo. And I'm going to demonstrate why. I'm going to go to photo, right? And this is what it looks like when you bring it up, just a blank screen. And I'm going to touch my camera. And let me take a picture of.
Is this all right? Or should I have the second kidney?
I'm going to tap the camera. And I'm going to take a picture of this.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay, you could either take a little bit of this or you could take the second kidney.
Yeah, Dad's got salt in my kidney.
But you take the second kidney.
Okay. So I've taken this picture and I want to use this picture. So there's the picture. Now I could have gone to my camera and said photo album and picked a picture out of my photo album. Same picture. Okay. And now I'm just going to say done. I don't want to edit the picture at all. And there's the picture. You say, well, what's the big deal here, Bill? I'm going to just tap on the picture. So I put my finger right here and I tap and it says add text. Well, that's pretty simple. I'm going to tap add text. And what text would you like to put in there? I'm going to put text in there called birthday dinner, right? And then I press return. Whoops, I don't want to press return. Oh, and you see where it says align left? I'm going to align center. And I should be able to get it into the picture now. Where do I tap to do that?
Does the lower right say done?
I wish it did. Well, maybe that's the text there. I can't see. You're probably right. Oh, yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then look at this. I can put my finger on it and move around. Happy birthday dinner, right? I can tap the text and it says, do you want to change the size? And I can change the size. I can change the font. Now it's too big, so I'll change the size. I could change the tilt. The style would be the color, so I'm going to make it, right? Get the idea? When I'm done, I can press the little box with the arrow coming out called the share box and save the image. And now I've got that image saved in my photos. Now, what you might want to do is you might want to duplicate it before you save it, but that's up to you. Because now that picture is in my photos. It's right there. All right. These two Polish guys, they were truck drivers. And they were on a long trip and they came to this bridge. It says overpass, right? And it says 12 feet 2 inches on the bridge. So they stop the truck and they get out and they measure the height of the bridge. Okay, and so now they know the height of the bridge is, and they're measuring the height of their truck. Now remember that the bridge is 12 feet 2 inches. The truck is 12 feet 6 inches. Right? So they look at each other and they look around for about a minute. And they look at each other and they say, I think we can make it. There's no police officer around. That's as bad as the never mind. Okay, I've got a test for everybody. You ready? Now you can turn off your mic or turn on your mics. because I want to hear if you know the answer to this. What can you hold in your right hand that you can never hold in your left hand?
Your right hand,
Elbow,
left hand, yeah.
elbow.
Your right hand. Okay. What can you catch and not throw?
Cold.
Hold.
We're gonna ask Leah to not talk here. She's too good at this. What kind of band never plays music?
Rubber.
Rubber.
Band, okay. What has many teeth but can't bite?
Saw,
A what?
saw,
A gear.
A comb.
saw is good too.
I didn't hear what some of those answers were. Somebody said a gear. That's probably good. What two things can you never eat for breakfast?
Lunch and
Dinner and
dinner.
lunch.
Leah's laughing. Lunch and dinner. Okay, now we're going to get to the hard ones. What do Alexander the Great and Winnie the Pooh have in common? Ooh, we got quiet here all of a sudden. A middle name. Nobody got that? Winnie?
The.
B,
Thank you.
B.
Okay. And the tough one for the day, you get a star for this one. What has a bottom at its top? And Leah can participate in this one.
Not well, that's for sure.
What has a bottom at its top?
A mirror, the word top or bottom, looking in a mirror.
No.
Sorry.
I'll save it for next week. No, I'll tell you now. Your leg has a bottom at its top.
Okay.
All right.
Good one.
Next week we'll be talking about messages, contacts, and what was the third one? There was a third one in there. So at least messages, contacts,
App Store.
and App Store. Thank you. An App Store. Okay.
Thank you.
Any questions? I'll send you
On mine, it told me to press this button, just double click this button real quick. So I
Okay.
did, and just accepted it right away. I
Thank
think
you.
it's remodeling your phone, that's all.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good week.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank
you. See you next week.
Bill, I never found the answer to the question from the beginning.
Yeah.
It just sounded like it might be algorithms might be different between the two devices if you've got saving on.
You think? Wow.
Somebody had the identical question, but no answers underneath it, other than Apple pointed back to their original article on how to have the photos
The only thing I can
saved.
think of there, Bill, is on your iPhone, you started looking at a bunch of pictures and they started downloading those pictures. So you got the full version of them on your phone.
Yeah. In my case, it was if you're doing something with a picture right away and the other one hasn't converted, but
right.
I was doing some editing on an iPad, and so I had a higher content on the iPad than the iPhone.
Because you were getting the pictures full spectrum.
Full, and then doing some editing with it.
And then you were editing them, so you're going to have more space. Does
Yeah.
that make sense, Diane, to you?
I do all my editing on my computer.
And it was the size of the number,
Yeah, well,
the size was bigger on your pad, right?
right.
Right. So that's
But
what's
I don't
happening.
edit on my smaller devices, so they should be the same.
No, no. If you have optimized turned on both devices,
Yes.
when you go to edit a photo, it brings down from the cloud the full version.
Mhm.
And I believe it stays on there for a while at least. So now the one on your in your case, iPad, is going to be larger than the one on the iPhone. So the space is going to be more on the iPad.
But
And now if you
I mean,
go,
I haven't edited a photo in a while.
I know. And I don't, the question is intriguing because do they, when you bring down a photo onto your phone, on your iPad, for example, and you edit it or you look at it and you have the full beautiful picture, and then you stop looking at it, does it revert back to the optimized view of it?
It's supposed to.
I don't know.
There may be time, it might be a time delay.
Might be a time lapse there. That's true. So
In
that's,
other words, you're saying if you edit a picture on your phone that you brought down from the cloud, the editing will be different when you put it back in the cloud.
I don't know, if you saved the edited version, it should be the same on both devices. It's just the optimized version may be on your phone and the full version could be on your iPad where you were editing it. So that's the best exclamation I've heard, Bill, of why it might be different. Okay,
Thank you.
have a great week, folks.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Look back, read my email.